If I had to move to Central Florida today and I knew absolutely nothing about the area, this is exactly how I would do it. Not how people think I should do it, how I actually would do it. After helping thousands of families move throughout Central Florida over the last 34 years, I've learned there are a few decisions that matter a whole lot more than the house itself. Today I'm going to walk you through exactly the playbook that I would use if my wife and I were relocating here today. This is the same advice we give clients every single week. You know what almost everybody does first? They grab their phone, they open Zillow, and they start looking at houses. Honestly, I think that's backwards. The biggest mistake I see people make isn't buying the wrong house. It's buying the right house in the wrong location. I've had people tell me they wish they had another bedroom. I've had people tell me they wish they had a bigger backyard. But far more often, they tell me they wish they'd picked a different neighborhood or paid more attention to their commute. Those are things that are very difficult to change once you've bought the home. Here's something I've learned after 34 years in real estate. People almost never regret spending a little more money for a better location, but they frequently regret buying the cheapest house in an area that doesn't fit their lifestyle. Location has always mattered, and I believe it always will. If you're serious about buying in a neighborhood, spend an entire Saturday there. Have breakfast. Go to the grocery store. Walk the neighborhood. Visit the parks. Drive around. You'll learn more about that community in one day than you will from weeks of looking at pictures online. So if I were moving to Central Florida today, I would not start by shopping for a house. I'd start by figuring out where I wanted to build my life. There's a huge difference between buying a home and finding the right community. So if I wasn't looking at houses first, what would I do? I'd start by asking myself a much more important question. How do I actually want to live? Do I picture weekends on a boat, playing golf, walking to restaurants, living in a quiet neighborhood, being close to work, having great schools nearby? Maybe I want new construction. Maybe I want a little land. Maybe I want to be able to walk to dinner. Those answers are going to determine where you should be looking far more than the number of bedrooms in the house. The next thing I do is pick a county. Most people start with cities. I don't. I start with counties because counties affect your schools, your taxes, growth, roads, parks, development, and ultimately, your lifestyle. Orange County feels very different than Seminole County. Seminole County feels different than Lake County. And Lake County feels different than Brevard. Understanding those differences makes the rest of the process much easier. Once I knew which county fit me best, then I'd narrow it down to specific areas, not houses, areas. Lake Nona, Dr. Phillips, Conway, Winter Park, Oviedo, Lake Mary, Claremont. Those all offer completely different lifestyles. That's what I'd be shopping for first. The house comes later. Before I bought anything, I'd ask myself one more question. Will this home still work for me 5 years from now? Life changes. Kids grow up. Jobs change. Interests change. Buying with your future in mind usually leads to much better decisions. Now let's talk about one of the best pieces of advice I can give anyone moving here. Drive the commute. Seriously, drive it. Not on a Sunday morning. Drive it on a Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning. Drive it on Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock. Experience what your life is actually going to feel like. Google Maps can tell you how long the drive is. Living it tells you something completely different. If I wasn't completely sure where I wanted to live, I'd seriously consider renting for 6 months, maybe even a year. Now, that's not the right answer for everyone, but if you're relocating from another state, giving yourself time to learn the area can be one of the smartest financial decisions you'll ever make. One thing I definitely would not do is chase the cheapest house. I'd much rather own an average home in an outstanding location or neighborhood than own the nicest house in the wrong location. Over the long run, great locations tend to outperform. Finally, I'd build my team before I bought the house. A great realtor, a great lender, an insurance agent, a home inspector. Having local professionals around you can save you thousands of dollars and keep you from making some very expensive mistakes. If you're thinking about moving to Central Florida, whether that's next month or next year, my team and I would love to help you build your own relocation plan. We do this every single week, and we'd love the opportunity to help you make a smart decision before you ever write an offer.